Hi, I'm Kathy Smith. I've used yoga as a part of my training for more than 20 years. Early on, I learned that yoga is a practice of discovery. What got me excited was not only that it challenged my flexibility, but it also strengthened and toned my muscles while leaving me energized and relaxed. New Yoga is a dynamic and challenging video that I developed with Rod Stryker. Now, Rod is one of the leading instructors in the country. He's a great instructor, a great guy, and we've developed an incredible video. Together, we've brought the best elements of many yoga styles into one complete workout designed for both the beginner and the intermediate level. There are 2 parts to the workout. Each part lasts approximately 30 minutes and involves holding different movements that we call postures or poses. Part 1 is standing postures, while for Part 2, you'll be working on the floor. Following each section, there's a relaxation. You can either do Part 1, relax, and then stop the workout there, or continue on and do the whole tape. Here are a few points to get the most from your workout. First of all, never strain or force yourself. The challenge is to stretch into the posture as best as you can with the right form, and that's the key there. You want to do it with the right form. Always remember that form is more important than range. It's better to be halfway in a posture and doing it the right way than to stretch too far into it and be doing it with the wrong form. Next, use your breath. In yoga, breathing is your reference for how far to be in a posture. If your breath gets tight or it's forced, you want to back off, realign yourself, and find the right level where you can breathe smoothly. Smooth breath gets your muscles to relax and lengthen while giving you more energy. Now learn to listen to your body. This is so important. If something feels uncomfortable or if you're short of breath, release the posture immediately and start again. Do the workout on an empty stomach about 3 to 4 hours after your last meal. Now, I recommend doing it either early in the morning or just before dinner time. Also, a shower or a bath before you start is going to feel great because it's going to warm up your muscles and make it easier for you to stretch. When you're doing yoga, it's important that your feet don't slide. So whether you're working out on carpet, a yoga mat, or some other non-slip surface, be sure to work out barefoot for the best possible traction. Finally, when you first use the tape, get familiar with the workout, and please don't overexert. Over time, you're going to get stronger, and you're going to be able to hold all the postures while staying relaxed. If you can do this workout 2 to 3 times a week, you're going to be amazed by the results and how quickly you progress. Rod, when I first started doing yoga, the thing that concerned me the most was the forward bending. Well, actually 2 things, forward bending, backward bending. So why don't we talk about it right now?
Okay, the safe way to do it, let's go to forward bending first. The safe way to do it is you always want to keep the back long, and the easiest way to go in and to hold is with the knees bent. Even supported is a good idea for beginners. So why don't you demonstrate when you go into it.
So we walk down the...
Exactly.
Supporting ourselves the entire way. So if I'm stiff up here on the thighs,
yeah,
a little bit more flexible shins, and if I'm real flexible, maybe down here on the floor.
Yeah. And now it's only in that real flexible stage that you start doing your forward bend unsupported. Okay. So maybe hands off the floor. Exactly. Now, advanced students can start to straighten their knees when they're down there. Exactly. But not if it rounds the back. That thing we don't want to see ever, no matter what stage of flexibility you're in. So bend the knees a little bit. We'd have that person flatten their back, be halfway, and work on lengthening the spine. Okay. Now the safest way to come out, Kath, is with the knees slightly bent. And again, hands on the legs, bringing you up and supporting all the weight of the upper body.
So the same way we went down, support it up, support it down.
That's the safest, and the back will always be fine, and you get all the value of the forward bends.
Okay, what about the other direction, the backward bending?
Okay, my 2 words for that is think about extension first, and then support. And then you get a back bend. Okay, let's go down to the floor, and it's the same rules no matter whether you're standing or you're lying on your stomach or whatnot. Okay, before someone goes into the back bend, it's extension, okay? So lengthening the spine, almost like you're pulling right out. That's it. Start just a little bit lower, Kath. And inhale, reach out, and now start to come up. Okay, so the key there is right now your back is flat here. This is the key. That's the weak part of the back. And if now taking you further would start to push into the lower back, you would go back down, you bring the belly in for support, even tighten the seat, and you keep the chest lifting. Here now the spine is flat and long, and that's the key. And doesn't matter how far they go back, as long as the chest keeps lifting. That's the key.
And it feels good. I feel it strengthening.
Yeah, yeah. And
you don't feel any pressure.
No, and it's good for the lower back if you do that. If you do it right, it's the best thing in the world for the lower back.
Sounds good. One last thing before we start. Don't compete with yourself or with anybody else. Every day may feel a little different, so approach each workout with a fresh new attitude. Now I'd like to introduce my yoga partners. First of all, we have Kristen, Michael, and Diane. We're all doing the same routine, but if you're just starting out, you'll want to follow Michael and Diane. They'll be doing the beginner version of our workout. Kristen and I will show you how to modify the same moves to make the routine more challenging. So if you're ready, let's get started. All right, let's begin our routine with the standing full breath. Stand tall with your feet together or as close as is comfortable. Now interlace your hands and place them under the chin with the elbows together. We're going to inhale through the nostrils and lift your elbows out to the side. So let's inhale. As you exhale through your mouth, squeeze the elbows and palms back together and lift your chin without forcing the head back. Let's continue. Take a deep breath in. And exhale and flatten the stomach. Let's do 6 more breaths. Inhale, big inhale. Now time the arm movement to match the breath. On your inhale, lift the spine tall and expand your ribs. Inhale, elbows go up. And as you exhale, pull down that tailbone. Contract the abdominals. Inhale. Now give me 2 more breaths. Inhale up. Feel the body warming up and exhale. Last breath. Elbows go up. Expand the rib cage and exhale. Good. Drop the arms to your side. Now to loosen the neck and shoulders, let's move to arm rotations. And to do that, let's step our feet about 3 feet apart. You want to turn your feet out so they're at a 45-degree angle. And now bend the knees and sink your hips so that your thighs are parallel or almost parallel to the floor. We're going to start slowly rotating your arms and shoulders, and then we're going to build up the speed gradually. Okay, let's begin and let's do 20. Now the shoulders should be over your hips so that your spine is straight and tall. Keep pulling that tailbone down and make sure the knees are over the ankles. Give me 4 more, 3, 2, give me 1 more. Now let's change directions. Good, now keep your upper body stable and make sure you're crossing at the forearms. Big arm circles warming up those shoulders. Okay, last 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, settle back and straighten up the knees. Let's step the feet back together. Now that we've warmed up the shoulders, let's move on to the neck. So lift your arms level to the floor. Take a big inhale. As you exhale, drop your chin forward to your breastbone. Come back up to center and inhale. And now as you exhale, lower the left ear to the left shoulder and bring it back up to center. This time I want you to drop the head back to center, and now right ear to right shoulder, and back to center. Let's do the same thing 1 more time. Don't force the neck. Let it open slowly. Let's do 2 in the opposite direction. Don't turn the chin. It's the ear to the shoulder. Keep the arms energized and stretch into the hands. Last one. And now when you finish, lower both arms back down again. Now for forward hanging bend. What I want you to do is separate your feet about hip distance apart. Bend your knees slightly and walk your hands down your legs until you've reached your furthest point. Either leave your hands on your legs, or if you're very flexible, interlace the elbows together. Relax your neck. Let the weight of your upper body sink towards the floor. If you feel comfortable, straighten your knees and lift the kneecaps up into the thighs. Slow down your exhale and feel it lengthen your spine. To come up, bend the knees, place your hands on your thighs, and round up with your chin toward your chest. Now lift the chin, adjust, and stand tall. Now to strengthen the thighs and the lower back, we're going to do the chair pose. Make sure your feet are still parallel and about hip distance apart. Inhale and raise the arms overhead. On an exhale, bend the knees and try to get the thighs level to the floor while lowering your chest onto your thighs. Drop the hands to the floor and let the neck release. Inhale, lift your chest back and slowly straighten your legs to come back to standing. That's on one inhale. Let's do the same thing again. Exhale, bend your knees, thighs parallel to the floor. Relax your neck and inhale, lean back, and come all the way back up to standing. Let's repeat the first half of it. Exhale all the way down. This time, keep the knees bent, and with the thighs level to the floor, lean back with your spine tall. To keep his spine straight, notice Michael doesn't bend his knees as deep. Now exhale and lower your chest back down to the thighs, hands on the floor, release the neck. And now inhale and draw back into the chair, and let's stay here for a few breaths. Energize the arms, lift the abdominals, and lift the chest as you press down the shoulders. Hold it, breathe. Now on your next inhale, let's straighten the legs. Exhale, bring the arms out to the side and lower the arms. Whew, that woke you up a bit. Okay, now let's go on to standing lateral stretch. To do that, step the feet about 3 feet apart. Keep them parallel to one another, and now place the left hand on the left hip. Right arm goes overhead. On an inhale, reach up real tall. On an exhale, shift your hips and extend out into your top hand. Energize your legs and straighten the top elbow. Make sure the chest is open and don't let the hip drop forward. Breathe comfortably. Inhale, reach into your top hand and come up tall. Let's do the other side. Place the other hand on your hip. Inhale and reach up off your waist. Exhale into your pose, keeping your breath smooth and your spine lengthening. Inhale to reach up and come out of the pose. Exhale and lower both hands down. Now feel how both sides of the body have lengthened and the shoulders are relaxed. Let's step the feet back together again, and let's get ready for sun salutes. Now we're going to start the sun salute series, which heats the body and prepares us for all the other postures. The first couple we're going to do slowly and then gradually increase the speed. Now our first movement, we inhale and extend the arms up, bringing the palms together and stretching tall. On an exhale, with knees slightly bent, fold forward from the waist, bringing your chest toward your knees. Place your hands either on your shins, on your ankles, or on the floor beside your feet. Let's hold here for one breath. Now, those of you who are more flexible, straighten your legs and pull up on your kneecaps. Now inhale and stretch your right leg back and drop the knee down to the floor. If you feel comfortable, you can straighten the back leg and make sure your front foot is on the floor and that the shin is going up and down. Now, if you're stronger, bring both hands on the left thigh, and if you're strong enough, lift both arms over your head. Lift the chest and stretch through the arms. Keep the back of the neck long and straighten that back leg. Now, on an exhale, place both hands on the floor and let's come down to plank position, supporting yourself on your knees. If you feel comfortable, you can curl the toes and come up into a straight plank, making sure those abdominals are tight. And if you feel very strong, lower yourself 3 inches off the floor and hold for a breath. Lower yourself down to the floor. Now inhale while you slowly lift the chest off the floor. Don't force into the lower back, and make sure the shoulders are away from the ears. On an exhale, push back to all fours. If you're not as limber, follow Diane and sit on your heels. Otherwise, press into downward dog. Curl your toes under, and using your arms and leg muscles, press your hips as high as you can. Keep breathing. Stretch your sides and keep your shoulder blades wide. Eventually, when the hips are high, start to push the chest toward the knees. Spread your fingers. This is a difficult pose. Make sure your form is correct. Inhale and step your right foot forward. Use your hand if you need to help get your front foot flat and the shins straight up and down. Work towards straightening the back knee. If you can, bring the hands onto the front thigh. If you're able to balance, bring your arms up overhead. Remember, it's okay to leave your hands on the floor. On a slow exhale, step the back foot up and hold either the calves or ankles. Inhale and lift your chest away from the legs. Keep your neck long, and on an exhale, pull your chest towards your knees. Inhale, and now let's drop into chair pose, bringing that chest up, arms level to the floor, abdominals are lifted. Now on an inhale, straighten the legs, bring the arms out to the side, and lower them down. Now this is one sun salute. Start to think about the flow of the movements with the breath pattern. Let's do another one at the same speed and really elongate through each move. Let's inhale, both arms up overhead, stretch tall. Exhale, fold forward from the waist, chest toward your knees. Place your hands either on your shins, ankles, or on the floor. Hold for another breath. On an inhale, step your right leg back and lower your hips while you straighten the knee as much as you can. If you feel comfortable, bring the hands to the thigh or lift the arms shoulder distance apart and stretch up overhead. Breathe smoothly. Exhale and lower the hands down to the ground. Come into the plank posture. Now, if you can, lower yourself 3 inches off the floor, or else hold the posture with the arms straight. Now stay for a breath and keep your body in a straight line. Exhale, lower to the floor and point the toes. Come up into cobra, lifting the chest off the floor, dropping the shoulders away. Now, if you're flexible enough, let's go up into upward facing dog. You'll press down through the arms and lift your knees and thighs off the floor. So this is an advanced pose, and don't force into it. Now with either pose, keep the seat tight and pull the tailbone down and lift up the lower abdominal wall. Let's go back onto all fours, curl the toes under, press the tailbone up if you can, and then press the heels down. On an inhale, bring that right leg forward and making sure the shin is up and down. It's between my hands. If I can, I push up on the thighs and I go overhead. On a slow exhale, step the back foot up and hold either the calves or ankles. Inhale and lift the chest away from the legs, keeping the neck long. On an exhale, pull your chest toward the knees. Inhale and drop the hips. Lean back into the chair pose. The next inhale, let's straighten the legs. Bring the hands out to the side and lower them down. Now keep the same form, but we're going to increase the speed. Inhale up. Rod is now going to lead us through the last 3 sun salutes.
On an exhale, bend forward from your waist. Relax your neck. On an inhale, let's all stretch the right leg back. Straighten the back knee and fill the back heel. If you can, hands are in the air. And as you exhale now, both legs back, body in a straight line. If you're strong enough, hold with the elbows bent. Let's all lower to the floor, point the toes. And on an inhale, you're going to draw up into your back bend. Slowly exhale and either push back into your heels or push into downward dog, pressing the hips as high as you can. In downward dog, sink the heels. On an inhale, let's all step the right foot forward. And if you need to, use your hand to help you get the foot flat and the shin straight up and down. Expand the chest. And on an exhale, lower both hands. Step your back foot up. Now let's breathe in, make a lot of space. Lift the chest. And as you exhale, fold deep to your legs. Relax the neck. Inhale, sink your hips. Lower the shoulders, stretch into the hands. And as you exhale, lower both arms and lift the chest. Breathe in, let's reach up. And exhale into our second. Fold, relax the neck. Inhale, stretch the right leg back. Again, energize the back leg. Flatten the lower belly. And as you exhale, both hands come down, both legs back, body in a straight line. Hold with the belly strong and flat. On an inhale, draw the belly in and up, tailbone down. Slowly exhale, press back into the heels or again into downward dog, getting a little further each time you move into the pose. Then deep inhale, let's step the right foot up. Just do the best you can. Again, remember to keep the back knee straight. And exhale, both hands come down, step the back foot up. Bend the knees slightly if you have to so you can lift up into a flat back. And exhale with your neck relaxed, pull toward the legs. Inhale again, sink your hips, come into a strong chair pose. Exhale, and gently lower both hands by your side. Last one, deep breath in. Let's all pull up. Exhale and fold forward from your waist. Relax the neck on the way down. Inhale, stretch the right leg back. Energize the heel. And then as you exhale, lower both hands. So your body comes back into the straight line. Again, lower to the floor, point the toes, and inhale, draw up from the lower stomach. Arch the chest, and as you exhale, push back into downward dog or again into child's pose. You can go into child's pose and then press the hips up with the knees bent and hold downward dog. Breathe and stretch the hips as high as you can. On an inhale, let's all step the right foot forward. Extend up through the sides if the hands are above your head. And as you exhale, step the back foot up. Then breathe in, lift away from your legs. And exhale, pull the lower back to your legs. Good. Inhale into chair pose, sink the hips. And exhale, come out of it. Now for triangle pose. Step your feet apart about 4 feet. Nice wide stance. Now turn your left foot out and your right foot slightly in. Make sure your heel is in line with the arch of your back foot. Now on an inhale, lift the arms level to the floor. As you exhale, shift the hips out to the right and extend into your left hand. And now place your hand either on your shin or your ankle, depending on how flexible you are. Now I want you to look down to begin with and make sure your spine is in line with your shin. If you feel comfortable there, I want you to start to reach up in the top hand, look up to the top hand, open up the chest, and breathe. On an inhale, reach up into the top hand, come back to center.
And now turn the feet the other direction. Right foot out, left foot turns in. Again, get your alignment, lift the chest on an inhale, and as you exhale, shift your hips, stretch into the right side, drop the hand as far as you feel comfortable, get your alignment, make sure your shoulders are stacked, and now look up to the top hand. If your neck's tight, relax it, look down. And now on an inhale, energize that top hand, come back up to center, drop the hands, and bring the feet back together again. Now for standing mountain. Let's stand tall. It should feel like you're pressing down through your legs. Shrug the thighs and lift the kneecaps up. Lift the lower stomach and feel your side ribs lift. Keep the shoulders soft and wide with the shoulder blades dropping down the back. Draw the tailbone down toward the heels. Keep your breath smooth and stretch the spine toward the top of the head. Your body should feel strong and relaxed. Now let's practice our first balancing posture. It's the eagle pose. So bring your arms level to the floor, bend your knees, and take your left leg out to the side. Wrap the left arm under the right arm, bringing the palms together and the thumbs facing you. Wrap the left leg on top of the right thigh, hooking the foot around the calf if possible. Keep steady. Your body should be as still as possible. Now hold this by focusing on a point. Inhale, release the arms, and come out. Okay, let's do the other side. Arms go out to the side, and now extend that leg. Now wrap the right arm under the left arm. Get the palms together, and remember the thumbs are facing you. The right leg goes over the left leg. Sink into the pose, and again, find the point that you're focusing on. Now lift your elbows if you can. If you're stable, sink your hips and start squeezing your inner thighs together. Maintain abdominal breathing. And on an inhale, release your arms and your legs and come back to standing, and then adjust. And now for the warrior poses. Let's step your feet about 4 to 5 feet apart. Now turn your right foot in and your left foot out. Place your hands on your hips, and on an exhale, bend your left knee. Now make sure the shin is straight up and down and the thigh is parallel with the floor. Keep the hips open, and that means they're facing me. Lift the chest on an inhale, lift the arms so that they're parallel to the floor. And now look over your left arm, just like a warrior. Pulling back on the right shoulder, dropping the shoulders, abdominals lifted. And now bring the right hand toward the left hand as you bring the right hip toward your left knee. Breathe. Arms go overhead. Now pull up through your lower abdominals, lift the chest as you press the right hip forward. Arms drop back down again. Hold. And now open back up to warrior. Straighten the legs. Now let's do the same thing on the other side. So the left foot turns in, right foot opens up. Let's drop our hands to the hips and bend into the pose, again, getting the alignment, making sure the hips are square, the back leg is straight, and making sure that the shin is up and down and the thigh is parallel to the floor. Inhale, lift the arms, looking over the right arm. And now let's turn and bring our palms together as we bring the left hip in. Thinking about pulling up on the abdominals, thinking about pressing that hip forward. Arms go overhead and reach tall.
Reaching up, pulling up through the abdominals, lengthening that back leg. Drop the hands back down again. Open back up into warrior. Straighten the legs. Let's drop the hands. Okay, let's walk the feet in about 6 inches. Make sure your feet are parallel. Bend your knees and start to walk your hands down the legs, holding either the calves or ankles. Remember to only go as far as you're comfortable, maintaining a flat back. Now while you hold, keep your breath smooth and long. To release the pose, slowly walk the hands up the legs with the knees bent and the chin into the chest. Take your time. Slowly come back to standing tall. And now, lift the chin and relax the shoulders. Lower both hands down to your sides. Adjust your breath, and now let's step the feet back together again. Next is the T-pose, which is a challenging posture. On an inhale, lift both arms above your head. As you exhale, step the left foot forward. Either keep both arms above your head or leave them by your side. Just do the best you can without forcing. If balance is a problem, use a chair for support by placing your hands on a chair while you lift the leg behind you. Inhale to come back up tall. Exhale and lower the arms down to your side while you adjust your shoulders and arms. Okay, let's do the other side. Inhale and lift the arms overhead. Step forward, this time on your right foot. Move into the posture as you exhale, and now hold it. You need to breathe comfortably while you extend your arms and press the left heel back. On an inhale, come back up to a standing position, lower the arms to your side, and adjust. And now for blown palm. This is our last deep standing stretch, so let's concentrate on really good form. Let's start by lifting both arms out to the side, turn the palms to face the ceiling, and grab the right wrist. Now on an inhale, reach up and out of your waist. As you exhale, bend over to your left side. Squeeze the legs together and keep reaching out, straightening those elbows. Pull the tailbone down toward your heels. On an inhale, come back up to center. Release the hands. Take a breath, get your focus again, and let's do the other side. Inhale up. Now grab onto the left wrist. On your next inhale, stretch up. Lift the elbows and reach out as you exhale and press into the side. Breathe and lift away from your right hip. Really extend up and over. Now on your next inhale, come back up. Lower the arms and the shoulders. Great. Now we're going to do a standing back bend. So inhale and reach up both arms. For beginners, just practice stretching up as high as possible. If you're more flexible, lift the chin, pull up out of the lower back, and start to open the chest. Breathe and keep lifting the elbows to pull out of the lower back. Keep creating space. Inhale as you pull back up tall. Exhale and bend forward from the waist, stretching both arms out to the side. Bend your knees so you can get your forearms behind your calves and your chest as close to the knees as possible. If your chest is on your legs, then slowly start to straighten the knees, keeping your neck long and soft. Remember, it's not important how far you go. Just hold and breathe, flattening your lower back. Inhale and bend your knees into chair pose. Sink your hips and bring both arms parallel to the floor. We'll stay here for a few breaths. Inhale and straighten the knees. Now bring your arms out to the side and slowly lower them. And now for our last standing pose, the tree pose. Bend your left knee and put your foot onto your inner thigh. Straighten your right leg as much as you can and lift the kneecap on that standing leg. Now if you have your balance, bring both arms up and overhead. Keep the arms about shoulder distance apart and stretch as high as you can. Focus, get your balance, stretch up, abdominals lifted. Last little hold and now release it. First of all, the arms and then the leg comes down. Let's do the same thing on the other side. Inhale and bring the opposite leg up to the thigh. And now inhale again and start to lift the arms overhead. Keep your balance and stretch up as high as you can. Now as you exhale, lower both your arms to your side and your leg goes down. That's the end of our standing series. Let's come down to the floor and onto our backs. You'll need to turn your mat so you're facing the same way I am. Now pull both knees into your chest and breathe comfortably. Feel your lower back unwind. Lower the shoulders away from the ears and flatten the back of your neck toward the floor. When the back feels open and relaxed, stretch your legs back out again. Feel your body relaxed and open. For those stopping the workout here, listen to the relaxation and continue to stay in it for as long as you like. Let's all close our eyes and focus our attention. Feel the abdomen and feel it rise and fall on the breath. Don't force your breathing. Allow it to be effortless. As you become more relaxed, the breathing will become slower and more quiet. Feel it becoming smoother and softer. If your mind wanders, just come back to watching the breath. Notice how the mind has become quiet and the body feels open and at ease. Bring your attention back to your breath and slowly roll over and lie down on your stomach. Start with both hands on your sacrum. Palms are face up, tops of the feet are on the floor a few inches apart. Inhale and scoop the chest off the floor, keeping the back of your neck very long. Exhale and lower down slowly, turning your head to the side. We'll repeat that 4 times. Inhale and slowly come up, tilting your chin in slightly. Exhale and lower down, keeping the shoulders soft and the elbows bent. Again, inhale up and exhale slowly down. Now the last one, let's inhale up, stay here, and remember to breathe. Keep holding it. Don't force it. And now exhale and slowly lower yourself down and relax. Inhale and at the same time lift the chest and right leg while you sweep the left arm forward. Exhale and sweep the right arm back. Turn your head to the left as you slowly come down. Inhale, do the same thing on the other side. Lift the chest, the left arm, and the right leg. If the neck and shoulders are tight, bend your elbow as it comes forward. Inhale up. And now exhale to come back with your head turning to the right. Let the left shoulder pull away from the left ear. Let's inhale up again. and exhale down. Continue to connect the movement to your breath. Inhale, lift both arms and legs at the same time. Exhale, staying up, sweep your arms back. Now, if you're not as strong, come down on the exhale and then lift the body, arms, and legs up on the inhale. So let's inhale up. And now exhale, arms come back, and if you want to, lower back down again. And again, inhale, arms come forward, and this time we're going to hold it. So either with the arms out in front or hands on the lower back, just stay here and breathe. This one is challenging, so just do the best you can. Exhale and lower yourself down to the floor and close your eyes and completely relax. If your back feels tight, go ahead and stretch back and sit on your heels, resting your forehead on the floor. To come into bow pose, bend your knees and grab your ankles. Inhale and start to lift the upper chest off the floor and slowly move your heels away from your seat and then lift the knees up in the air. Keep the neck long and comfortable. If you're not flexible enough, just bend your knees. Push your heels up with the knees apart and keep the arms down by your side. As you start to get stronger, lift the knees away from the floor. This takes you deeper into the back bend and opens up the spine. Remember not to force and keep the breath deep and smooth. Exhale to come back down. To release the back, come into child's pose. Stretch back toward your heels and rest your forehead on the floor with your arms either over your head or by your side. Relax there and just watch the breath without forcing it. Feel your spine and your lower back soften. Slowly sit back up. Now lie down on your back and pull both knees into your chest. For bridge pose, place your feet on the floor hip distance apart, about 3 inches from your seat, and make sure the feet are parallel. As you inhale, lift the hips and back off the floor by pressing the feet into the floor. As you come up, don't force into the neck. Interlace your fingers if you can, and roll from side to side to come up onto the top of the shoulders. Press the hips up. As your breathing gets deeper, you'll find the breastbone lifts toward the chin. Lift the tailbone while you keep your feet flat and your knees ankle distance apart. To release, separate your hands and come down slowly. Cup your hands behind your head and very softly pull your chin towards your chest to release the neck. Relax the head back on the floor and both arms to your side. And now bring the left knee into the chest and straighten out the opposite leg. Extend the left arm out to the side. As you do, drop that knee across your body as you look over your left arm. Don't force and breathe through smoothly. Continue to press that shoulder down, and each time you exhale, thinking about lengthening into that arm, into the left arm, extend it out. Feel a stretch through the back and the buttocks. And now release it. Bring the other knee up. And now let's switch sides. So lengthen out the left leg. Pull the right leg across the body as you extend the right arm. As you exhale, stretch your right hand away from the spine. Lower your right shoulder toward the floor, stretching across the chest. Release it, come back to center. Both knees in. And now extend both legs out. Bend both knees and put your right foot on the floor. Grab the big toe of your left foot. If you're not flexible enough to straighten the knee here, use a towel or a belt. Place it on the top of the ball of your foot and straighten the knee completely. If the left knee is straight, straighten your right leg onto the floor. Lower the upper back and shoulders onto the floor. Press through the left heel. If you're flexible, grab onto the heel and lift the head and shoulder blades off the floor. Hold the heel or strap with both hands and pull the knee towards the chest. Slowly release and let the leg lower back down to the floor. Notice how different the lower back and neck feel. Let's do the same thing on the opposite side. Bend both knees and put your left foot on the floor. Grab the big toe of the right leg or use a strap. Now straighten your right leg. If you can, straighten the left leg also. If you're using the strap, keep your back flat on the floor. For those that are more flexible, lift the upper back off the floor and draw the leg to your face and chest. Press the lower back toward the floor. Slowly release and lower the legs onto the floor. Now adjust. Now let's roll over to your side. So roll over to your side facing me. Press yourself up and let's do a forward bend. So adjust yourself. You're sitting tall, back is tall, feet are flexed. And now let's slowly walk our hands down our feet. Now you can keep a slight bend in the knee right here. And think about working more in the back. So the trick to this pose is I really want you to think about extending, lifting the chest, and lengthening the front part of the body. So we're not collapsing down, we're lifting up and out. As you walk down, as far as you can go. If you can only go to the shins, that's fine. If you can make it to the feet, grab onto the big toes. Adjust yourself, sit up real tall, and now pull up and reach and straighten the back, lengthen through the back. If you're not as flexible, keep the knees bent like Michael's doing and only go halfway down so the spine is long, not rounding. Keep the chin in so that the neck is in line with the rest of your spine. Observe the breath and slow down the exhale to get deeper into the pose. Slowly inhale to release and sit up tall. To finish, come into a cross-legged seated position that's comfortable for you. If it's difficult to sit cross-legged and keep your spine tall, place a firm cushion or folded blanket under your seat. We're going to finish with a sitting twist. Place the left hand on the floor behind you and your right hand on the left knee. If you're advanced, you can reach around and grab your inner right thigh. Take an inhale and lift the spine, and as you exhale, gently start to twist to the left. Don't force the twist. Each time you inhale, lift the spine a little higher. As you exhale, twist a little further. Inhale and exhale. Now inhale and turn your head and shoulders back to the center, and let's do the other side. Place the right hand on the floor behind you and your left hand on your right knee. Inhale tall. Exhale and slowly twist to the right. Flatten the lower back and lengthen the spine as you deepen into the twist. Hold it and continue to breathe. Each time you inhale, lift the spine a little higher. As you exhale, twist a little further. Inhale, return back to center, and adjust. Now, before our final relaxation, Rod is going to lead us through a deep breathing and energization technique.
Close your eyes now and get into your tallest sitting position. Bring the top of your head over the base of your spine, and as you stretch your spine vertically, relax your shoulders. Now, keeping your body as still as possible, take a few deep, slow, full breaths. Turn your attention to the sound and shape of the breath as it slowly moves in and out. On inhale, move the breath down toward the abdomen and then slowly up into the chest. As you exhale, pull the abdomen toward the spine and slowly empty the chest. Continue, and with the breath as long and as smooth as possible. Take your time, stay calm, and listen. Now, keeping the breath smooth and long, feel as if there's a powerful source of energy above the head. You can visualize a glowing star or the sun. As you breathe in, draw the energy from this source through the top of your head and into the center of the chest. Then, as you exhale, feel the energy from this light, from this powerful star, fill the whole body. Continue to breathe long and slow. On inhale, absorb vitality, healing, and strength, and as you exhale, feel it expand, revitalizing you on all levels. Continue to do the breaths, and as you become more relaxed and more energized, it may become more comfortable to make the breath less forced. You may want to breathe in a more quiet way, or even let the breath become shallow. If you can, let the breath flow effortlessly. Continue to feel absorption and expansion. Now just sit, without doing the technique or forcing the breath. Just feel the body glowing. Feel the mind is quiet, and your whole system feels purified, radiant, in a perfect state of well-being.
To finish our practice, let's relax onto our back. If you want, you can pull the knees into the chest. If your lower back is tight, practice relaxation with a folded blanket or cushion underneath your thighs. When you're ready, let's stretch the legs out onto the floor. To relax, make a lot of space in the shoulders, neck, and hips. Feel the body open up. Relax the jaw and allow the back to release onto the floor. Keep your eyes closed and your body very open. To start, focus on the number 20 and feel your body. Each time you exhale, count 1 count backward towards 0. With each count, feel the body becoming more relaxed. With each count, feel the mind becoming more quiet. Think about the breath and the inhale and the exhale. With each count towards 0, you're getting closer and closer to a perfect balance of well-being and strength, your natural state. When you finally get to 0, you feel whole, complete, and totally at ease. Continue to rest on your own for a few more minutes, or as long as you like after the tape has ended. Remember this feeling, a feeling that you can come back to each and every time you practice. By relaxing into this state, you'll discover more and more vitality and inner strength. You'll be able to give more to yourself, to others, and find the power to be your best, making the most out of every single day.